So let's get started. Today we are using my standard go-to yarn, Red Heart Super Saver. It's a size 4 worsted weight yarn. Let's get the labels here for you guys. So I'm going to use my 5mm hook with it, and we are going to be doing the solid colored Sunburst Granny Square. So I'm going to be showing you how I do my change, or how I do each round without changing my colors. So a lot of people will make this granny square with the different colors, but I find that there's not many tutorials on how to do it solid. So I'm going to show you how I do that and how I keep it nice and neat and clean without having the stretchy, gaping stitches that you often find. So I'm going to assume that you guys already know how to do your basic stitches like slip stitches and chaining and double crochets. So I'm not going to waste too much time getting into that. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the basics of the Sunburst Granny Square. So we're going to start with a slip knot. Again, if you don't know how to make a slip knot, it's all good. Head over to YouTube or Google. There are tons of tutorials on how to do them. I think everybody does it differently. So don't worry if yours didn't look the same as mine. And we are going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain here. Get that out of the way. Okay, so we have now created a little circle, and we are now going to work our stitches into the center of that circle. So I'm going to chain 2. This will be the first difference that you notice between my version of a Sunburst Granny Square and others' versions. So typically when you do double crochets, you would chain 3. I don't. I chain 2 because when we come back around the circle, we'll show you then, but I slip stitch into the top of this first official double crochet stitch rather than slip stitching into the chain. So that may not make sense right now, but it will in a couple minutes. So we chain 2, and then we're going to work 15 double crochets into the center of this circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm always working over my tail as well. So if you work over your tail, then you don't have to worry about sewing it in afterwards. It's also the really great thing about doing the solid colored Sunburst Granny is that you only have one tail to sew in at the end. Now you may find that you run out of room like I do. Just pull that back. Don't be afraid to manipulate it. Just pull it back. Squeeze in a few more stitches here. I haven't been counting at all. So we count our chain 2 as a double crochet. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One more because we need 16 in total. Okay, so this is where we do what I was talking about earlier. So most people would join their circle into the top of that chain. It would usually be a chain 3 in most patterns. We're not. That's not the way I do them. I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the first official double crochet. Okay, and then it comes together nice and neat, and the chain 2 gets hidden. See how neat that looks? Nice and neat. Okay, so keep working away. So most people would cut their yarn and add in another color right now, but we're doing the solid granny square, so we're just going to chain 1. We're going to yarn over, and now is when we do our puff stitches. So the round 2 is made up of 16 puff stitches all the way around. And we work into the same stitch that we slip stitched into, okay? So because we're not working into our chain 2, we have to work into this same spot here. And when we come back around, we have to make sure that we get all of our 16 puffs in, or else our count will be off. So let's work into the bottom of this right here. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up. We're doing a puff stitch, so we want to pull up to about the height of a double crochet. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be exact. You just want it to be up and a little looser, because we're going to have a whole bunch of stitches or loops on our hook here, and you're going to want to be able to pull through all of them without much difficulty. So you got to make sure it's nice and loose. Yarn over and pull up another loop. Yarn over, pull up another loop. Okay, so we did that 3 times. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on our hook. Okay, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all of them. Okay, and then we're just going to chain 1. So we're going to continue that all the way around for 16 puffs, working into the top of every double crochet stitch. So yarn over, insert and pull up, yarn over, insert and pull up, yarn over, insert and pull up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over, pull through all 7, and chain 1. Oh, I have a screen here making funny, casting blue light on me. What is this? I don't know how to turn it off. Anyways, I'm sorry if there's an unusual blue aura. My husband's computer screen is doing funny things. Okay, keep going. And if you need more time, just pause the video and we'll meet back at the beginning, or at the end, I should say, of the round. So pause and continue as many times as you like. I'm just gonna work my way around. Oops. Okay, now this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the round, where we have to be careful that we make sure we get all of our 16 puffs. So traditionally you would be slip stitching into the top of your chains, right? But we didn't. We slip stitched, say that 100 times fast. We slip stitched into the top of our first double crochet. So we have to make sure that we get this hidden stitch right here. Okay, don't forget that one. It's important. And if you're ever not sure, just go back, count all your puffs. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, now I'm going to do just like I did in the previous round, and I'm going to slip stitch into the gap over here. Rather than using the chains or into the top of the puff, I'm going to slip stitch right into the space of these 2 puffs here. Okay, slip stitch right in there. Okay, and that pulls it together nice and neat, and you get that invisible round. All right, and on the back you kind of see your chain, you kind of see your chains a little bit, but that's okay, it's the back. We don't care about the back, right? All right, now we're going to chain 2. Okay, so this is the round we go around. We're doing our bobble stitch. So typically you would be chaining 3, but I like to chain 2. It's a theme. Are you getting the theme? So yarn over, and we're going to work into that space, okay? In this round, we work into all of the spaces in between your puff stitches. So yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through 2. Okay, you're going to complete half of your double crochet. Yarn over, insert, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and complete those double crochets. Pull through all 5 loops, okay? Chain 2, 1, 2. And we're just going to do the same thing in between each puff. So yarn over, insert, pull through 2. Okay, complete half that double crochet. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, pull through all 5. 1, 2. Okay, and we're going to work that all the way around again. We're going to be 16 bobble stitches. 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull through. Chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Again, if you need more time, don't worry about it. Pause the video, start and stop. This is how I learned watching YouTube videos. And I paused it a million times and I'd have to rewind it and go back and go, oh, what's going on? It's all good. You also may find that yours starts to curl up. I tend to crochet pretty tightly. So that's okay. It'll flatten out once we do our 4th round, which is the round that turns it into a square. My yarn's getting all jumbled. Isn't it just so pretty? I love them. I just love them. And if you really get into the Sunburst Granny Square like I do, they're good yarn eaters. For those of you that are new to crochet, that means they use up a lot of yarn. But it's good for stash busting. If you've got lots of ends lying around, you can make each round a different color and they look fantastic in a blanket. Okay, so we've come all the way around, and just like in the previous round, in round 2, you want to be careful because you have to make sure you work into this space that would traditionally not be there because you're joining into a chain and all blah, 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 blah. So, but ours we have to work into this spot, okay? So we make sure that we have 16 going around. 16 is the magic number for this pattern. You know, we're always working in 16s. So let's make sure that we get it into that last space there. 1, 2, 3, and 4, pull through, chain 2. Okay, and as with the rest of the theme here, or as with the rest of the rounds, we are going to work into this space. Okay, we're not working into the top of our bobble, we're working over here. We're going to slip stitch, pull through. Okay, and that's that. That's your 3 rounds, the 3 key rounds to your Sunburst Granny Square. You did it. So now, because we're working a solid one, we're just going to keep going, okay? We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we are going to turn our circle into a square. So we're going to work a couple trebles in the corners here, okay? So we've chained 4. We're going to wrap, wrap, okay? Wrapping twice. Insert into that space. Pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, that's your treble crochet. Work one more. Okay, and that's your first 3 clusters, or your first cluster of 3, I should say. That's going to end up being your corner here. Okay, this chain 4 acts as a treble crochet. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do that 3 more times into the same space. Okay, 1, 2. Wrap, wrap. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. And don't worry if you're running out of room, just pull them down, cinch them over, make room. Okay, so that's your first corner. All right, and now we are going to work 3 double crochets into this spot. So yarn over, complete your first double crochet, your second, and your third, just like that. Now in the next one, we're going to work a half double crochet. Yarn over, pull through all of the loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through again, yarn over, and pull through. Okay, so you've got 3 half double crochets. Now we're going to go into the next space and we're going to work double crochets again. So 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And who can guess what goes in the next space? Trebles. Get that yarn out of here. You can't see anything. Okay. So wrap your yarn twice around your hook into the space. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Again. Yarn over, pull through 2. Pull through 2. Pull through 2. Okay. So that's the first cluster. 2, 3, chain 3, and then we're going to work 3 more to complete this corner. Okay, so let's put that down and look at that for a minute. That's the top of your square. So we did trebles, double, half, double, trebles, okay? And it makes it into a really beautiful square once we're finished. So we're going to keep working that all the way around. Again, pause the video if you need to catch up. Doubles. You're going to work your double crochets and then your half doubles. Doubles again. 1, 2, 3, and then your trebles. Make that corner, your third corner. Okay, chain chain 3, and we're going to work double crochets, your half double crochets, double crochets, and we're going to do our trebles, okay? Do our 4th corner here. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to work our doubles, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, our half doubles, and our doubles. Okay, we've made it back around. So we're going to find the 4th chain, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're just going to slip stitch into the top of the chain. Okay, and that's it. Cut your yarn. I have giant scissors. Don't mind my giant scissors. Fasten off. And there you have it. Your first solid sunburst granny square. And notice how you can't really see where the seam is. It's seamless and beautiful. There's no pulling. I really, really like doing it this way. So this is your completed square. You would just then sew in the ends. Let's do it just for kicks. Thread it through your large eye needle. We're gonna turn it around, and I just kind of find the top 2 stitches over here, and I pull that nice and tight so it pulls the knot down so you don't have a big bump. And then I just kind of pass it through the back of these stitches and work my way down to the corner here. I don't know if you guys are all creatures of habit, but I sure am. I do it the exact same way every single time. When you find a way that works for you, you just go with it. So, and I'm just gonna weave it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth into this corner so that it's nice and secure. Okay, so. One. I usually do it 3, 4 times. 2. Gets a little tight after that. Almost impossible to get it through. Okay, and we did 16 stitches over that one, so we're not going to worry about sewing that. Boom! I like a granny square that only has 2 ends, let me tell you. There you are! It's done! Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.